we go, how can this happen? Now you're going to hear a lot of people, good-looking people with flowery words. Now I'm only one half of that. You're going to have to decide which half I am, okay? All right? You're going to see those people. You're going to hear them. As Americans, get into their mind. What have they done? Have they been active? Do they put their money where their mouth is? Do they practice what they preach? You know all those old American sayings that we used to have? A man's word is his bond, that type of stuff. Find it out and support those candidates. And if you're supporting those candidates and your next question is, but can they raise money? You've predetermined the answer. If you don't, reach in your wallet and write a check and send them a check. Because if you find candidates that you believe in, that are not just the pretty face and flowery words, but actually practice what they preach, send them $5, $10, $15, $20, $100. Some of you could even send $2,500. No, that doesn't happen anymore. But I learned a bunch of things last time that I ran. Number one, freedom is a message that everybody knows, and they believe in it. Number two, you got to have a staff, and you need to raise money, and that's what I've been doing. So I've got a good staff. We are going to be on the ground. We are building from the bottom up. I've got some sign-up sheets or some envelopes. I need help getting on the ballot. I need people to volunteer time and help me get signatures. If you've got a place you want to be gathering signatures and you'd like me to come back, I'd love to come by and say hello to people. That's it. Are there any questions? Yes.
You might want to mention what the 3rd district is.
Oh, the 3rd district is really a great district. Nikki Songa sings some of it still uses wagon trains to get way out there to Winchendon, but it's a great district. It's the same as before, and we unfortunately though we lost the market basket areas of Billerica and Tewksbury. That's very sad. We lost the Whole Food area of Andover. That's not so bad. Most of the Whole Food area of Wayland and Sudbury are gone. Okay, you'll have to think about Market Basket and Whole Food. You know, I'm trying to paint a picture without saying what the picture is. But it picks up Marlboro and it goes right along the New Hampshire border, Lunenburg and Fitchburg and Gardner, all the way to Winchendon, Westminster, so that whole area. You can't use Scott Brown, but he won the 5th district 55-45. If you look at the new 33rd district, he would have won 60-40 and picked up 14,000 votes. So it's a district that can be won, and I intend to win it. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. We're going to talk a little bit about our committees, and then we're going to go to Ted's Trivia, 2 hours light. Mike, would you stand up, please? Mike, come on. Yeah, Mike, come on. Now our events coordinator. He's going to be working hard. We are going to be standing out at some point. I want to say when the weather's warm. It's already warm. We could be standing out any day now, but we're going to work that out. Lindy, would you stand up, please? Lindy Lamp here.
Yay!
I just want to say, Lindy is you're not a one-person show, but you are the leader of a movement in Newburyport. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it? You can say something about it.
Yes, there's a group of us that are...
Use the mic.
There is a group of us that is fighting a local historic district commission in Newburyport, which is bent on taking away personal property rights of homeowners in Newburyport, and we have grown from a list that I started at about 15 people to 300, and we have 2 more public meetings that are occurring, and hopefully after that the City Council, because we are not allowed to vote on this issue, will be voting on it probably at the end of next month, and right now it's looking very good, but it's a lot of hard work, including bumper stickers and yard signs and anything else that we can think of to get the word out and let people know what this group is all about. So if anyone's from Newburyport, please see me. I'd love to add you to our list.
And I bring that up because Lindy's doing some real little citizen action here. You know, there is a government organization or a quasi-government organization trying to take away her rights, and she is rallying her neighbors against that. So that's certainly something we're interested in. And even if you want to help her, if you don't live in Newburyport, I just want to report in Andover, a number of people in this room helped us re-elect a person, Dennis Ford, on the school committee last year, and now the school committee is held strong against the teachers union in Andover. We've gone without a teacher's contract for the longest of any city in the state, over a year and a half. And I'll tell you, I've received through people in this group, there are pictures of Che Guevara up in the teacher's office, and fists in the air kind of stuff. They are next to communists. And I'm not joking, they actually had they contributed to Occupy, they boycotted Arizona, so that's the teachers union we're dealing with. But finally they appear to have a tentative settlement, and the school committee has won, meaning the citizens have won, because the school committee was holding the line on what the teachers want to do, which is basically not work very much, serious. And so that helped, people in this room helped by coming and helping me support my friend Dennis Ford and standing out. So Lindy, you know, again, follow her in the Newburyport paper, which is an Eagle Tribune paper. If you're a person who can comment, because you're registered with Discus, if you know what I'm talking about, you can go in and hit like on her comments, which I do, and show that she has some support. Okay. Yeah,
Can I just say one thing?
sure.
We have,
Tom Duggan?
It's going to be very, very brief. You know, a few months ago, I got up and I spoke about how people at the Tea Party need to be more active at the local level.
Okay.
This whole phony media campaign that local elections are nonpartisan is a joke. We have, right now, in North Andover, 3 candidates running for town moderator. The election's in about a week and a half. The former chairman of the North Andover Democrat Committee, his name is Mark DeSalvo, is running for town moderator. Now, I know that there's a lot of people here who don't live in North Andover, but there's a lot of things that you can do to help. The town moderator in any given town is responsible for, you know, a number of things, but the most important is nominating people to the finance committee. If you have a conservative Republican like maybe Jameson, who's town moderator, he's going to be appointing people like the people in this room to be on the finance committee. And those are the people who decide what kind of taxes to raise, what kind of tax proposals to propose at town meeting. If you have a liberal like Mr. DeSalvo, who's a very nice man, I've known him for a long time, but if you have him, who is pro-Obama, pro-Elizabeth Warren, pro-Deval Patrick, was the spearhead of the meals tax in North Andover town meeting last year, if he's your town moderator, you can guarantee that the town of North Andover is going to have more taxes, and the taxes are going to be going up, and more different kinds of taxes than you've ever heard. So if everybody in this room could find a way to support one of the other candidates, I think Mr. McMillan is actually a Tea Party guy. His name is Frank McMillan. If you guys could just find a way, if you want to just shoot me an email, I'll give you all the contact information, to get involved at the local level. Make 1 or 2 phone calls for Mr. McMillan, go out and hold a sign on election day, maybe send 1 friend-to-friend card. These elections are generally won or lost by 20, 30, 40 votes. So if you can get involved at this local level, the Tea Party can actually have an effect on a conservative versus Republican issue, even though the media keeps telling us the propaganda that it's a nonpartisan race. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. I know Tea Party members and certainly conservatives in North Andover would appreciate it.
Thank you. Hold on one second.
I just wanted to put an addendum on his statement.
Oh, let me finish. I would say Helen, because I don't want to leave out Helen. Helen, stand up.
Helen?
Helen?
Yay!
Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize Helen was going to take over the microphone. Let's see what right back to. Helen is our letters of correspondence chairperson. Have I missed anybody? No, I'm good now. All right. Steve?
Oh, it's not very important, but there is
You shouldn't start a statement with that. It's all important.
Yeah, there is a website called northandoverpatch.com. I don't know if anybody goes to it, but the opposition, or DeSalvo's group, is pushing very hard on that site, making lots of endorsements, letters to the editor, and general comments to anybody else. And it would probably be very helpful for what we want to do there, is not have DeSalvo elected, is if people would go in there and perhaps put some comments. It's like Discus.
Sure.
You can add on underneath, but there's a big push on there. Just to give an example.
Yeah, it's you just type in North Andover Patch. Yeah. Yeah, PCH. Yeah.
North Andover Patch.
So what the patches are is they were originally started The AOL does them, and so towns that have them in their news sites. Andover has one not very good. Tewksbury has one that's great. There's about 180 of them somewhere. But yeah, so they're local online web news sites. But that, and as everybody deals with the comments in the Eagle Tribune, if you get on those, you can start something going. I'm not sure weighing in on Lantigua really gets you anywhere, but there's a lot of these other issues. I'm just saying because everybody else dumps on them. There's nothing really to be said there. But again, in some of these things, you can get stuff going locally, online, to get some buzz going. I do post to the Andover Townsman. I won't reveal who I am, but you can guess pretty easily by looking in there. And it gets stuff going. So, all right, we're moving on to Ted's Trivia. And I'm going to hand that off to Ted Trivia. Anybody else want anything while we get there?
Okay, thank you. Before we start, a couple of things. There are, as we've already mentioned here, some local races, selectmen races, school committee, and moderator races, as we've already